Hey, so let's talk about eyeshadow placements and some basics with eyeshadow. So when I'm wanting to do more of a full eyeshadow look, I usually go in and find some colors that match what I'm wearing for the day, and I usually pick 3 to 4 colors. So on the basis of my lid, I always like to find some colors that are more neutral. Just a really basic shade for my all over lid. I use my Stay Golden, my Valencia. I use those quite a bit because they're just a nice neutral color to swipe across my lid. So I like to take my multitasker brush on this flatter end here. I like to tap into that color and I like to just swipe that on the whole basic part of my lid. I never worry about getting down here around the line because I'm going to do something different down there, and I don't want to go up underneath my brow bone. I just want to do the whole basic part of my lid with a basic shade. So that's like my neutral shades, like warm beiges, really light browns, almost the color of my skin tone, just a really basic color. Another thing that I do is I always go in with my highlight color on top of my lids when I'm doing my foundation highlight color. That's gonna act kind of as like a matte primer to help your shadows stick to your lid. So go in, find one of your basic colors. I wear a lot of these oranges, browns, bronzer colors. I have some pinks and then some of my wilder green blue colors. So basic part of your lid, a neutral color. After I have that on, I will go in with one of my darker shades that blends in that tone. So for example, with what I'm wearing today, I would probably go in right here with my Stay Golden for the main part of my lid. Then I would find my darker shade. And a nice basic one would be like Bird right here. So we have Stay Golden and we have Bird. So you can see this one's lighter, pretty neutral, and then we have a darker brown. So for your next darker shade, you're going to want to tap that in right here, angling up to about right here. We don't want to go up into the brow bone, just right here in the outer crease of that eye, that darkness right in there, and place that darker shade in there on both sides. And then I like to go in with one of my shimmer shades, any of these through here, or my shimmers over on this side, depending on what I'm wearing. And I like to tap that color in right here to the center of my lid and then drag it to the corner and just place that shimmer on top of that all through that area. And then when I'm about done placing all those in my areas, I'm swiping them on. I'm not blending them a ton. I'll go in with my eyeshadow brush on this larger end. And then that's when I'll just start swiping and blending. So all of those, they're still pretty distinct, but they are not like sharp lines. They're blending really nice together in those areas. Then last, I always go in with one of my white shades. I love Drift. It's a shimmer right here. Or I have more of a matte. Well, I think this is considered a shimmer also, but it's not as shimmery as Drift, and this is Sabrina. So I will take that shade. I like to use the smaller end of my multitasker brush, and I like to go in with my white shade right here underneath my brow bone. I like to tap it here in my corner, and then at times I will either line it right here, the white shade, and it just helps your darker lashes pop with that white color. And then I'll go back in with one of my shades, depending on which one I want. And then I will just lightly line underneath my eye that shadow along the lash line on the bottom. And then you can take your blend brush and you can pick up any excess. So I hope that makes sense, kind of just a basic rundown. I wasn't really wanting a ton of eyeshadow today, so I'm going to just do a quick look for you. And I'm actually just gonna use my finger, and I'm gonna go into my gold shade right here. I really like this shade when I'm wearing this bright pink color or like a true red. I just really love the way gold looks with those. So you can see how pigmented and I guess you could say bright or strong this shade is. And I'm just going to swipe this gold all over my lid. Super simple. So just like I said with your neutral shade, I'm not going way up in here. I'm not worried about going down by my lash line. It's pretty much just swiping over the flat part of my eye. And same on the other side, a little tiny bit on there. Try to get a little closer for you, but you can see how pigmented these are. They last forever. A tiny bit goes a long way. And I'm just pressing and swiping that shade right over my lid, that gold shade. So simple. Also, I want you to remember your contour shade, which is your brown shadowing shade. You can always swipe some of that right here on the corner or across your whole lid when you're doing your shadow if you don't have a bunch of shadow colors. And don't be scared to try your lip and cheek. This one is called Dahlia that I have on. It's a really bright, like almost the color of my shirt. And you can also put a little bit of that pink color across your eye and you'll be shocked how pretty and how easy it is. So I have that gold shade. And now I'm gonna go in with my multitasker brush, my small end, right here into my color Drift. And I'm just going to swipe that here. Another thing you can do is take your lighter accent highlight, that's the brightening shade of your highlight, and you can also place that on these areas where you put your white under your brow bone, just to help it kind of stick, and it'll be even brighter with that lighter highlight underneath. And also your illuminator is a really good one to put right here under your brow bone too. All right, so we have Drift, and we have, I believe this is Goldie. Yeah, the eyeshadows. Okay, and then a little bit of the Drift. I'm going to place it right here along my lash line. And then how about a little bit right here in the corner? So just two basic shades. Use your finger with the glitter or the shimmers. It works really good to spread it. You can use your brush, but I don't know, sometimes it's easier just to spread it on with your finger real quick. And then I was gonna see if there was maybe a shade we could use on our lower lash line. I guess we'll just try a little bit of this gold shade. Why not, huh? All right, let me see if I can get under there. Not sure if you can see it or not. See if I can look in my mirror here. All right, super simple. Two shades. I'm just gonna take this eyeshadow brush and just lightly blend that through right here. One other quick thing I was gonna show you guys that I have in my palette is this thing right here. This is called our eyeshadow tile. Let me make sure. Brush cleaning tile. All right, so it just pops in there with my eyeshadows. And if there's times where I have like a really bright color and I don't want it to blend as much, I can take my brush and swipe it on here, and it's just gonna help clean my brush super quick. And it's so nice that I have it right here inside my palette with all of my other shadows. That way I don't have to use like a brush cleaner or a towel. I just have it right there, ready to go, ready to be cleaned off. So yeah, just kind of a cool little thing to pop in your palette. All right, I hope that was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions.